We all want to be disciplined, to wake up early, to stay focused, to finally follow through. But most of us try to force discipline, like pushing a heavy door that actually opens the other way. We rely on motivation, guilt, or punishment. And when that energy runs out, we fall back into old habits. Then we call ourselves lazy, even though the real problem isn't effort, it's approach. So what if discipline didn't have to feel forced? What if it could feel natural, like gravity quietly pulling you in the right direction? That's what today's video is about. Here's the first rule. Start smaller than you think. When we begin something new, like studying, working out, or journaling, we imagine doing it perfectly. That's the trap. Real discipline grows from consistency, not intensity. If you want to read more, don't set an hour. Start with 2 pages. If you want to meditate, begin with 1 minute. You might think that's too easy, but that's exactly the point. When it's easy, you remove resistance, and once you start, momentum builds naturally. Think of it like lighting a campfire. You don't start with big logs, you start with dry twigs, small enough to catch easily. Second rule, make it visible. We underestimate how much our environment shapes our actions. You might have the best intentions, but if your phone is glowing beside your textbook, guess which one wins? So instead of relying on willpower, design your space for success. Keep your workspace clean. Keep your water bottle nearby. Lay out your books the night before. These are quiet signals to your brain. This is what we do here. I once knew a student who never missed his morning reading. His trick? He left his book on his pillow every night. He couldn't go to sleep without picking it up. That's not discipline by force. That's discipline by design.
The third rule. Respect the first 5 minutes. Most people think discipline means finishing something, but the hardest part is starting. So focus only on the first 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll just open the laptop. I'll just write the first line. I'll just solve one question. Once you begin, inertia takes over. Like rolling a ball down a hill, your brain stops negotiating. And even if you stop after 5 minutes, that's still progress, because you've kept the identity alive. I'm someone who shows up. Over time, showing up becomes automatic, and that's the real form of discipline.
Rule 4. Pair effort with reward. Our brains are not machines. They're ecosystems of motivation. If every task feels like suffering, discipline won't last. So give your brain a reason to cooperate. After studying for 45 minutes, take a 10-minute walk. After finishing a task, play your favorite song. When you complete your weekly goal, reward yourself with something small, a coffee, a short break, a quiet movie night. This builds a loop: effort, reward, repeat. It's the same psychology used in game design. Every level gives a sense of progress, not punishment. So make your work feel like a level you want to finish, not a cage you have to stay in. Rule 5. Be the type, not the task. Most people say, I need to study. Disciplined people say, I'm a student. That small difference changes everything. When you act from identity, not obligation, discipline stops feeling like a chore. You no longer fight your actions, they become expressions of who you are. James Clear calls this identity-based habits, but it's actually something ancient. In Stoic philosophy, they called it character. Ask yourself, what kind of person would I like to be? Then let your actions flow from that answer.
If you see yourself as the type who finishes what you start, you'll naturally do it, even when no one's watching.
Think of athletes. They don't train all day. They train, recover, and then grow. Your brain works the same way. Without rest, discipline becomes burnout disguised as dedication. And that's not strength. That's fragility. So the next time you take a break, remind yourself, this is part of the process.
The final rule? Forgive fast. Continue anyway. Even the most disciplined people fail. They miss days, they fall off routines, they break streaks. What makes them different is that they don't let guilt become identity. If you skip a study session, don't overanalyze. Don't promise to make up for it. Just return quietly. Think of it like walking a long path. If you stumble, you don't start from the beginning, you just keep walking. Every comeback strengthens the habit more than the setback weakens it. So discipline isn't about never falling. It's about falling gracefully and returning faster. Now, a few things to be careful about. First, don't confuse discipline with punishment. If your system makes you miserable, it's not sustainable. Second, don't rely on streaks or perfection. Discipline that depends on never missing will break the moment you do. And third, don't compare your pace to others. Some people build discipline quietly in small steps. Others move faster. Both are fine, as long as you're consistent.
Let's recap. Discipline doesn't have to be forced. It can grow naturally if you follow these 7 small rules. 1. Start smaller than you think. 2. Make it visible. 3. Respect the first 5 minutes. 4. Pair effort with reward. 5. Be the type, not the task. 6. Respect rest as part of discipline. 7. Forgive fast, continue anyway. These aren't grand.
If any of these rules spoke to you, try one today. Just one. Maybe start smaller. Or make your workspace visible. Notice how that single shift feels lighter. Because discipline isn't built in a single day. It's built in the way you live each day. If this video helped, leave a like to support the channel. And maybe share it with someone who's trying to rebuild their routine. And if you'd like more videos like this, calm, practical, and honest, make sure to subscribe. We'll keep learning how to grow, one small rule at a time. Thanks for watching. Stay consistent, but stay kind to yourself.